Domestication is nobody's elixir. Why conscious leaders choose the courage to think beyond the script. Written by ChatGPT and Jedi Steve. The greatest prison is the one we inherit without ever questioning its walls. Every community is built with lies and truths. Jedi Steve. Before we get started, let's define domestication and elixir. What sparked this reflection was a conversation about a character who said that the very thing that ruined his life was also his elixir. That statement stayed with me. How well we handle our victories is just as important as how we navigate our setbacks. Both become stepping stones towards sustainable success when we respond with awareness instead of reaction. The word elixir stayed in my mind for days. Then, while walking with my mentor and friend Brian, he challenged me with another powerful thought. He asked me to consider just how deeply domestication is woven into most of our lives. That conversation changed everything. As I shared before, every community is built with lies and truths. The challenge is that we usually recognize the blind spots in other people and other communities long before we recognize our own. Isn't that interesting? How often do we question the beliefs we inherited instead of the ones we disagree with? A wise man once said, "A fish doesn't know it is in water." That simple observation carries extraordinary wisdom. Many of us spend our lives operating inside invisible systems of thinking, believing, and behaving that were handed to us long before we ever chose them. Some of those systems serve us. Others quietly limit our potential. The question is not whether we have been conditioned. The question is whether we have the courage to examine what deserves to stay and what deserves to be released. What beliefs are directing your decisions today? Which ones are leading you toward your highest purpose, and which ones are simply familiar? For business leaders, innovation rarely comes from blindly following the script. Yet lasting organizations are not built through chaos either. Sustainable leadership requires a dynamic balance between proven principles and the courage to make unscripted moves when wisdom calls for them. For student leaders, the same principle applies. Leadership is not about becoming what everyone expects. It is about becoming the highest version of yourself while serving something greater than yourself. How can you influence your campus, your organization, or your future career if you never question the assumptions shaping your decisions? Real leadership begins when awareness replaces autopilot. Every decision creates a ripple. Every conversation shapes culture. Every action communicates what we truly believe. When we recognize that our individual growth contributes to the growth of everyone around us, leadership becomes less about personal achievement and more about meaningful contribution. What kind of ripple are you creating today? The most impactful leaders understand that accountability is not punishment. Accountability is freedom. It is the willingness to own our choices, learn from our experiences, and intentionally move toward becoming who we are capable of becoming. Domestication gives us structure. Purpose gives us direction. Wisdom helps us know the difference. Perhaps the greatest leaders are those who respectfully learn from tradition while refusing to become imprisoned by it. They understand that progress requires humility, curiosity, discernment, and the courage to ask better questions. They create environments where people can think, grow, contribute, and foster meaningful change together. So, what is your elixir? Is it comfort? Approval? Achievement? Or is it the daily commitment to becoming more conscious, more authentic, and more aligned with the impact you were created to make? The future belongs to leaders who are willing to examine themselves before trying to change the world. When we consciously elevate our own thinking, we naturally elevate the communities, businesses, schools, and relationships entrusted to our care. Choose awareness over assumption. Choose purpose over programming. Choose contribution over conformity. That is where sustainable success begins. Jedi mode activated.
What do you guys think?